the Ms.Dria show, where I'm your host, Ms.Dria, and I have my beautiful co-host here, Lady T.
Lady T in the house.
Now, here I have with me a woman who will take you on colorful rides with poems that mirror her journey of honest self-discovery, May Rain.
Hello, nice to be here.
Thank you for coming to the Ms.Dria show. Welcome.
Thank you for having me. I'm honored.
How are you?
I am good. I couldn't be better.
Thank you. So, where are you from?
I am from the county of Dade.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Got Trick Daddy in the car.
Very good.
Playing in the car right now.
Represent.
Miami-Dade County. I was born and raised here.
Okay, great. So, how long have you been a writer?
I've been writing poetry. I became intrigued with it about second grade.
Oh, wow.
You know, doing the oratorical contest. And that's when I became familiar with Black American writing and poetry and, you know, Maya Angelou and all of those things. Just really inspired me to write my own stories.
Okay. So you're candidly open about love, about your childhood experiences and depression, about God, about civil rights and or the lack thereof.
That's correct.
Yes. Now, as people, you know, humans, we tend to not want to tell everything.
Right.
But being your profession, you're a writer. Are there some things that, you know, you hold back, or do you generally like?
What is it that
open?
you feel taboo about? Tell us.
I am pretty transparent.
Okay.
I feel really comfortable about my journey. You know,
Okay.
I'm unapologetic about it. I've been through some things. You remember?
Right.
You know. Yeah, I've been through some things, and I feel like, you know, everybody grows from other people. That's why we're here.
Yes.
You know, I can
Yes.
grow from you. You can grow from me.
Yes.
If I haven't gone through it yet, it may be down the road. So if I'm open about it, then I give other people the opportunity to be blessed by what I've been through.
Yes.
And people don't realize, I know May Rain. You know May Rain too now. You have one of those names that it just feel like kinfolk.
That's
Who that
right.
is? May Rain.
That's right.
Ain't nobody but May Rain did that. What could I ask you to let the audience know your name?
My government name is Marion. That's right. My government name is Marion. Now, my grandmother would tell me that that's wrong. You ask my grandmother and my mother how to pronounce my name, which are natives of Georgia, and they'll say May Rain. I've been May Rain since I was born.
That's
So
why I asked.
I actually
leave my kinfolks alone.
That's
okay?
right. That's right. So I actually took on that name, May Rain. I was ashamed of it as a child. You know, I would be outside playing and my mom come to the door, May Rain, and it would get on my nerves. But then as I got older and I started to celebrate the Southern dialect of my people, it became comfortable, and I wanted to be called May Rain. And so
it's odd, and you know, it's not. It's just you. It's uniquely you.
wow,
and it
thank you.
fits.
Thank you so much.
Now, you've published 2 books.
That's correct.
Okay, and it's My Right to Live and Love,
That's right.
and also The Sound of Silence. Can you describe the feeling that you had upon completing your first project?
After I completed my first project, it was amazing. You know, I just felt like a personal sense of pride that I had actually done it, you know, something that I had dreamed about doing for a long time. And, you know, you get all excited and then you realize like, oh, I'm supposed to sell this to people. so that became a whole nother dynamic. Like, I got to put in this work and actually get this out there. That was 2011.
Okay.
You know, so I felt like I was pretty young with, you know, telling my story, and I was a little bit careful, you know, as to how I projected things that I had been through. I wanted to be politically correct. Okay. So by the time this second book was born, because these are my children, all of these projects are my children.
Right.
So when my second book was born, it was like, you know what? I earned the right to be able to be honest about my journey. That belongs to me. That was strategically designed for me. And so it was, it was a blessing. It was like, it didn't matter anymore,
Right.
who knew what. You can't
Right,
tell my
right.
story better than me.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? When you
Yes.
hear people pouring the tea on you and all that kind of stuff, it's like, listen, I published that already, boo-boo. You know what I'm saying? That's copywritten. That ain't
Yes.
news. You feel me? That's
Been
public information,
Oh, wow.
Okay. Now, you recently, in November, I believe, you released your third book.
That's
And
correct.
it's a self-guided writing journal. Tell us a little bit about that.
That is correct. Just in being exposed to different people, doing women's empowerment functions, and just being exposed in a philanthropy, segment of my life at this point, I realized that there is a need for journaling. So I've journaled. I mean, I can pull my journals out for years and years and years, which is why I've been able to survive some of these things that I've been through, just being able to write about it, reflect.
Yeah.
And that's something that's missing in our community. We don't know how to necessarily reflect on us.
Yeah.
We get that negative spotlight shined on us so much that we don't know how to go into ourselves and just say, I need to see how to do that differently. You know what I'm saying? I need to. So it is a guided journal. It contains my quotes as well.
Okay.
I have quotes sprinkled through there so that if somebody wants to go according to my thought process and, as to where I think your growth should be going, in the direction that it should be going, you can use that, or you can just freely write.
And do it yourself.
Just do it yourself. I think it is therapeutic. I meditate and I journal.
Yeah.
That's like my medicine.
Yeah.
That
It's
keeps me-
very therapeutic
Yes,
to
it
write
is.
and just
It
keep
is.
track of things that you've experienced. And,
Definitely.
sometimes you go back and you look at that stuff and it's like, wow.
went
you
through
can,
that.
yeah, exactly where you were at that
Yes.
time.
Definitely.
That's something.
I wanted to say I enjoy this whole concept because not only is she helping you and assisting you in your penmanship
That's correct.
and penning your ideas,
That's correct. That's correct.
but she gives you little ideas. And I'm just going to read one of her quotes. Be honest with yourself, even when you feel the tightening in your gut and the lump in your throat. Child, that took me back to childhood when I saw it. Because you know how you got in trouble?
Yeah.
If somebody was
Yeah.
going to tell your mama.
That's
but back
right.
in my day, you used to get a whooping from Miss Flora before you
Okay,
got
and
home.
anybody else
Yes,
on
yes,
the way.
yes. And you had that little thing in the pit of your stomach.
Mm-hmm.
This lady is putting it out there and giving us a format. I definitely need this.
Definitely.
So as a key and as an assistant.
That's
Yeah.
right.
So that I can write down all those moments where I know my stomach, and I ain't finna say nothing crazy. I know y'all looking. But I ain't. But
I'm looking. I'm like, what, girl?
but you gave me the power
That's
to
right.
to write it and get it out. And once you get it out,
You free.
you free from it. You know,
Yeah.
yeah. You
Nobody
done slept
can
with
use
somebody
it
you
against
ain't
you.
got no business.
That's
You
what
done
I'm
did
saying.
something.
That's what I'm
You
saying.
can put it right here, change the name, and just put it right here, and then you done. You pray on that thing.
That's
you
right.
Know,
That's right.
Like the pastor said, you pray on it, and then you through
And
with
you
it.
move
But
on
this is
from
a
it.
great format. I definitely need this because the journey begins with you.
That's right.
Oh, girl, that is so powerful.
Now, not only are you a writer,
Yeah.
but you also have your own company, a candle company called Moonflower Candles. How long have you been doing that?
Moonflower Candles was also born in 2011,
Okay.
and it was a hobby at first.
Okay.
It was a hobby.
You had a lot of hobbies.
I got a lot of hobbies.
2011.
Listen,
You had to get you a man.
I did. Listen, let's keep you out of trouble.
I know, right?
Do something else with your energy.
Get back to dipping wax. What? How did you come about just sitting there with a pot of wax and dipping it in crying?
That's right. Well, you know what? I don't want to seem preachy, but I do
on.
believe that if you want to know anything, you have to look to somebody who's done it.
Exactly.
There you go.
I like Oprah.
Okay.
I like her magazine. All my friends know. You want to get me something? Bring me a Oprah magazine, and
Okay.
it's like a diamond to me. But anyway, I was reading a story about a woman who had taken her hobby of making candles into $1 million business.
Oh,
Wow.
wow.
And I'm like, you know what? This is what I want to be doing. This is what I want me and my sisters to be doing. You know, taking our hobbies, taking our hustles to the next level. And so I started, you know, selling little by little after I started doing it as gifts, you know, little samples as gifts. And people were like, well, I need more. I need a bigger one. And before I knew it, you know, I posted on Facebook one day, actually, just made a batch of candles. And that weekend, I had 30 orders of candles. I didn't know what to do. I was like, okay, I was just playing, really. I didn't, you know, I didn't know what to do. I had so many orders of candles, but I had to do what I had to do. And it was at a period of time in my life where, you know, as a single mother, it wasn't you're homeless. It wasn't that you're not working. You're doing everything that you can, but you still come up short somehow.
Right.
You know, so this particular month that happened was one of those months where I was like, Lord, I don't know what I'm going to do. And I was able to pay every single one of my bills.
Wow.
With just those candles.
Wow.
And now it's just on a whole nother level.
Really?
It's on a whole nother level. So it's a blessing to me. The Bible says your gifts will make room for you.
Girl,
and baby, let me tell you something. Room is just not even the word. Like, it's just, my cup runneth over.
Lady T actually has a candle right now, and it smells very good.
And I wish you guys could smell it. It is opening up my sinuses.
Yeah.
There's something in here that's minty.
Yeah, that's the name of that one. Is meant to be.
When I burn this and you know the wax start melting, can I just pour it on myself like some Vicks ass?
Well,
you know how you used to rub. Now y'all, you know what I'm saying, cause it's mentholated. It's something in here got some healing stuff.
Yeah, it's a healing candle.
And it ain't
definitely.
not vodka. This some mentholatum or asafoetida or Cereseed.
Well, it's a vegetable product. It's a soy candle. So it's a vegetable product. It won't get hard on you. So you can just have your way with it.
Oh, my. Okay, these my two.
Yeah.
Okay,
It's
tell us where we can.
nice.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Where can we get your candles?
My candles are available for sale on my website, which is mayrain.com.
Okay.
That is MAYREIGN. So that's mayrain.com. I'm on Facebook, Mayrain. Twitter, Mayrain the Poet. Instagram, Mayrain the Poet. And then my candle has its own Instagram page, which is Moonflower Soy.
Okay.
Very good. Very good.
And as far as your books, where can we get those?
Also on my website.
Okay.
Everything about me is on my website.
Okay.
Everything except my social security number
Okay.
is on my website.
Okay.
Before, can I just say,
No, go ahead.
here is a working woman, y'all. For those out there that's watching us and listening, this is a working woman. Now, this woman right here. And I'm so proud of you for that.
Thank
I
you.
am so proud of you.
Thank you
because
so
you
much.
also have postcards.
Yeah, definitely.
Girl, this woman got postcards, and before you know it, she gonna be on a stamp. Somebody gonna be licking her.
I'm telling
this
you.
woman is making it work.
Won't he do it?
You can get the postcards for only $1. Those are great to give around the office as gifts.
That's right.
To give out. Girl, I am so in your corner today.
Wow, thank you
and I'm
so
so
much.
happy that you're
Thank
here
you.
with us.
Thank you. I'm happy to be here.
Yes,
this is
yes.
awesome.
Thank you so
this
much.
This is
Thank you
awesome.
so
We
much.
need more of this. This is beautiful.
Mayrain.com. What is it?
Mayrain.com.
Mayrain.com. And that rain is REIGN.
That's correct.
Like the reign of a princess
Or a queen.
or a queen.
That's right.
Oh, Mayrain. Oh, God, it's so good. I'm sorry, Dria.
No. You're fine. If possible, can we get a poem from you?
You want a poem?
Yes, of course.
Butterfly gonna do the poem.
Oh,
Okay. We wasn't asking for 16 bars. We just wanted 1 or 2 lines. Now we we
Okay.
ain't finna go down there, but you know. As
Okay,
the
I
evening
do.
moon rise and he softly stroked me. Something
That's
that
what you want.
something that's gonna go with that fire and that candle now.
Okay, well, let me just do something for y'all.
Okay.
Since she want to be stroked by the evening.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Mayrain.
I saw him Up close, but from a distance, awed by his existence, his mahogany skin gave blend to the indigo skies while I gazed into his eyes. And I had heard that knowledge is key, so in that moment I had hoped I learned everything, and that his head was filled with locks, dancing locks. And he appeared strong, like he understood his purpose, or at least realized that he had one. I wanted to extend invitations. I wanted to extend my hand. I was wanting to demand his inner man to converse with me, spiritually, poetically, ebonically. And he stands photogenically awaiting my introduction. At least that was my assumption. I was desiring conjunction. I was wanting to learn his function, his ammunition, his intention, his definition. Oh God, his meaning. I wanted to share space with him, say grace with him. I wanted the honor of knowing him, the honor of showing him my inner layers of skin, my equilibrium, and then some, because I'd been walking this life's beach alone for some time, and his company splashed at my feet the cool tide. He is that deep down gut laugh, and I could take baths in his knowledge and be cleansed, or talk with him for hours like old friends. And I just want to tell him that all my life I'd been trying to meet him, that all my life I'd been crying to meet him, that all my life I'd been dying to meet him. His touch is tender like new birth, and I become more meek to inherit the earth simply because he's here. Nothing really matters when he's near, except that he knows how deep our spiritual connection flows. I want his kiss to become part of my morning rituals and our hour-long talks habitual. I could wear his sweat like my favorite perfume, and oh, how he keeps this flower in full bloom. I reflect his light like the orange moon, and I just want him to know that emotions planted so deep can only grow. I just want him to know that I ain't scared no more, and I'm ready for love.
Oh, girl, stop. This girl done made me moist. Y'all go check this out. Go to the site right. Tell them again.
MayRain.com.
Ooh, ain't nobody but May Rain doing
I want to
that.
thank you so much for coming through, and I want to thank you so much for blessing us with that poem.
Thank you.
It was, I absolutely loved it.
Thank you so much
Yes.
for having
Thank
me.
you.
Thank
Yes,
you.
yes,
So good
yes.
to see you. Look at you.
Girl, we're going to have to get this in large print for some of my church sisters. Okay?
We're going to take a break,
you.
and we're going to come back with more of the Ms.Dria show. Stay tuned.
May Rain! Oh!